Welcome back, AP kiddos. Today I wanted to get a little bit more into what is expected from an AP class in specific. We're also going to be talking about how you'll be graded, what sort of things we're going to learn in AP, and then also how to sign up for AP Classroom, which is a requirement for this course. So an AP class, as I may have mentioned before, means advanced placement. So what this means is at the high school level, you are taking a college level course. And if you make a 3 or higher on the AP exam, you will actually receive college credit for AP. So an AP class typically is going to get deeper into the course material than you would find in another class. So I know at Red River, we have AP English, we have AP Biology, and we have like AP American History. Whereas there's usually a regular version of that. So in AP, there's usually more work. You're doing harder work, and you get to do more interesting things, at least in my experience. So be prepared if you enroll in an AP class that there's going to be more homework expected outside of class. I usually avoid homework for my Biology 1 students, but it's going to be more or less unavoidable if you're in AP. Okay, so we're going to be going through today what is in our curriculum for Biology AP. You're going to find that a lot of it is similar to Biology 1. It's just we're going to fit a lot more in. You're going to get a lot more into the specifics. There are going to be more experiments involved in this course, even though you may not be able to do those in person. Like, we'll still work through the experiments. You'll still get to see what happens and use those as a way to learn. This class is going to be more challenging. So if you're like me and you were super bored in school because everything was too easy, you're not going to have that problem here. I'm just telling you that right now. It's probably going to be one of the hardest courses you've ever taken. In AP, we're going to have 4 big ideas in 8 units, and everything goes back to those big ideas. And we'll talk more about that in a second. So from our class in specific, you'd be expecting assignments and notes. I know for lessons like this, where I'm just kind of giving you the lay of the land, you may not really need to take notes. But when we start into Unit 1, or when I start explaining, say, how you do a lab report or how you do the scientific method, you may need those notes. I can't force you, especially my distance learners, to take notes, but I strongly encourage you to pay attention and take notes. Expect to have to do some lab reports from experiment videos. Either I will be doing the experiment, or it'll be another AP teacher will be conducting the experiment, but you'll be expected to write up a lab report for that. As we spoke previously about, your exams are going to be a part of your grade. They're going to be on a square root curve because you're probably not used to this sort of testing that we're going to be doing. So yeah, I'm trying my best to help you all out the way I can. There's also going to be progress checks through your College Board account. Those aren't going to be for a grade, but it's going to help you see where you're at with the material. So we'll do one of those each unit, and it will help you just check in with what you might be missing, what you might need to learn a little bit more about before we move on to the next topic. And as I've said already, it's going to be a difficult class. I don't want to lie to you and say it's going to be easy. I'm not trying to scare you or be rude, but be prepared to work. Be prepared to work hard. And don't be scared if you start to struggle. I know when I was y'all's age, it was something I struggled with, that if I felt that I couldn't get it right away, that it made me feel stupid and I wouldn't want to try. But struggling is important in learning. If you're struggling, that's okay. You just have to keep going. And if you start to struggle, let me know and I'll help you in any way I can. But just don't be surprised if this happens to you. Okay, so signing up for AP Classroom, and you're going to need to do this before the end of the weekend. You'll need to go to myap.collegeboard.org and create a new account. Y'all are sophomores. So I'm pretty sure none of you have taken AP before. So you're going to need to make a brand new account, unless for some mysterious reason you took AP English or something. You have to use a personal email address. Don't use your school email. You have to have your personal Gmail or whatever to use this. And make sure that you write down your login somewhere safe and keep track of it. Maybe write it on a note card and hand it to your mom, put it in your wallet, hide it behind your ID or in your phone case, whatever. You're going to need this login for every AP class you take. And if you can't find it, you won't be able to do your progress checks or access your scores or do any of those important things that you need to do. So don't lose your login. So after you log in, you need to click a yellow button that says join a course, and you're going to enter this big code over there on the screen. Make sure that it looks like it's all caps, so just put it in just like how it's written on the slide, DAMJPM. It should sign you right up for the class. If you have issues with that, you can send me an email and I'll get you in touch with Mrs. Smith, and she's our AP coordinator. We'll see if we can't figure it out. Okay, so now let's talk about the fun part of biology AP. I know I've done a whole lot to scare you and put you off, but now let's talk about the good stuff, what we're going to be learning about. So there's 4 big ideas in biology AP. So the first big idea is evolution, that the process of evolution drives the diversity and unity of life. So diversity and unity. So what this means is that life is simultaneously has all kind of differences, but somehow it's all tied together as well. And in biology AP, evolution as the driving force behind that is something that we will focus on. The second idea is energy, that biological systems utilize free energy and molecular building blocks to grow, reproduce, and maintain dynamic homeostasis. It's okay if you don't know what some of those words are now. We're gonna hit that pretty hard when we get to cell energetics. But what that means is that in order for something to be alive, it has to use energy. So we're going to be talking about how living things do that. Big idea number 3 is information. So living systems have to be able to store, retrieve, transmit, and respond to information. This sounds like a computer to me, but we'll learn like how through DNA and chemical signals and all of that, that cells are able to send and receive information. And then systems. So biological systems interact, and these systems and their interactions possess complex properties. So everything's connected. Biology is connected to chemistry and physics. Animals, plants, and like the rocks outside, all of that's connected. So we'll be talking a lot about how things are part of systems. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our units, and each of these units is connected to one or more of the big ideas. So our units, we have the chemistry of life. That's going to be unit number 1. So that's going to be like biochemistry, the sort of the building blocks that make cells. We're going to talk about cells and how they work. We're going to talk about cellular energetics, or how cells create and use energy. We're going to talk about how cells communicate. Heredity is a big word for like genetics. So heredity and gene expression, those two are going to go together. It's like, how do we get from a molecule like DNA to all the traits that we have? And then we'll talk about natural selection, which is evolution, and we'll talk about ecology, which is usually a lot of environmental science, if you remember that from last year. Okay, so your assignment today, what I want for you to do and submit to me, I want you to create a collage of multiple pictures on each slide, at least 3 slides long, representing one of the big ideas using Google Slides. So one of those 4 big ideas: systems, energy, information, and evolution. So you pick one of those, and I want you to make at least a 3-slide collage. So each slide should have multiple pictures on it, if you've ever seen a collage before. So after you submit those Google Slides to me, I can actually go back and put them each into their own slideshow. So like we can have all the slides for big idea 1 together. All the slides were Big Idea too, put together. So some guidelines, keep it school appropriate, okay? Your name will be on the work you submit, and if it's not appropriate, then we're gonna have to take some action. Make sure that you're trying your best. This is supposed to be fun, but don't just slap 2 pictures on there and turn it in, because I won't accept that. If you have any questions, please get in Google Chat or email me. Have fun with it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.